Yay, hi, thanks for joining. If you're an HSP, this one is for you. I'm going to be showing you some tools or teaching you some tools to help you develop daily habits and improve your daily routine as an HSP, which is super, super important. So I'll just wait and see if anyone else wants to join, and I hope that you'll be patient with me to just wait a few more seconds and see who else wants to join. Hello, hi Ken, thanks for joining. Hi guys, oh hi Sheila, thanks for joining. Right guys, so if there's anything that us HSPs, us highly sensitive people don't like, it's changes in routine. And I remember when I first left my full-time job to work for myself, even I felt a bit uneasy and lost because I'd lost the structure of my old routine, and it took me time to find a new routine that worked for me. For HSPs, the idea of changing routines can feel extra daunting. Who's with me on that? Let me know in the comments who's with me on that. HSPs feel unsettled without consistent routine and structure in their lives. And unpredictability can leave us feeling really uneasy as well. And that's exactly why too many HSPs sadly don't take the leap when it comes to making important decisions in their life. And that can involve anything from leaving a toxic relationship or a job, or starting something new that's more aligned with who they are. Now, don't get me wrong, our need for structure can work for us too, because it means that we're more likely to honor our commitments, for example, by doing things in advance, because we hate doing things at the last minute. And it also gives us more focus to have that sense of structure and routine. But take that familiar routine away, and that's where we really can find it quite challenging as HSPs, and it can leave us feeling quite unsettled. We as HSPs know that as part of our trait, we need structure and routine, and there's no doubt that it helps us perform at our best. And it also helps us feel our best. It allows us to remain more calm, more focused, more in control of our lives. But the trouble comes when we become so fixed in our own routine that we don't allow ourselves the opportunity for growth or to explore new avenues, which might in fact be even more aligned with who we are. And the other thing about structure and routine is that for most of us HSPs, structure is not always something that comes naturally to us, which means that we have to put in that extra effort to get there. And that's what can also sometimes make changing habits even more challenging for us. But when we put conscious effort into it, the reward in the long run will be so worthwhile. And I'll be sharing with you some tools today, later on in this video, on how you can do that too, to improve your routine. Because people often ask me about how to develop new habits, and in some of my stories on social media, I often share my own personal progress and challenges when it comes to morning and evening routines. And it's by no means easy. But out of respect for ourselves, it really is necessary, because after all, if we can't set boundaries with ourselves, then how can we expect ourselves to set boundaries with others? It all starts with us, and the change needs to happen from within first. HSPs are known for feeling uneasy and stressed when unpredictability is thrown our way. But we can't always avoid unpredictability, at least not in modern living. And that's exactly why we must create a consistent routine in our lives that enables us to deal with the unpredictabilities that life throws at us, because life always will. And this is why routine is so important for us, especially because when change happens in our lives, whether by our own choice or by unpredictable circumstances like COVID, the consistency in our positive daily habits is what allows us to focus better and to feel better from within. So in that way, whatever life throws at us, whatever we end up facing it out there in the world, then we know that we can handle it. So what are my tips for daily habits for HSPs? Number 1, have a morning routine. Don't look at your phone first thing in the morning. And honestly, this can be a life changer for anyone, but especially us HSPs, because the blue light can really affect us. It makes us lose focus throughout the day, and it can make our eyes burn too, because our eyes tend to be more sensitive. And especially when we've not even looked out the window yet. And the other thing is, you wouldn't invite 10 people into your room first thing in the morning, would you, as you wake up? Well, that's exactly what happens when we look at our phone first thing. We become so reactive to other people's needs and desires, and as empaths, we absorb their energy too. And if all of that happens when we haven't even offered ourselves our attention at the start of the day, then it puts us immediately into a position of being responsive to other people's needs above our own. So that's the mindset that we end up carrying into our day, putting other people's needs above our own, which is not helpful. So number 2 is, before your phone comes on each morning, do a short morning meditation or yoga practice or any kind of movement. I personally find that breath work as well as gentle body movement helps ground me and energizes me for my day. It puts me into a more peaceful and focused state of mind. And that's when I start to feel more ready to take the day. And for me personally, my practice starts in a short seated meditation and breath work, then sun salutations, and then some neck and shoulder stretches. Because as an empath, I get a lot of tension collect around my neck and shoulders, and it's also the unfortunate consequence of carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders my entire life. And then of course posture from sitting at a computer all day, right? So it's extremely important for me to have this daily practice. Now, of course, building new habits is not easy, so we have to be patient with ourselves. We can't expect ourselves to magically have strong muscles if we don't put in the strengthening work first. And it's the exact same thing with our mindset. We need to put in the work, we need to train our minds, and we also need the support from time to time to help us achieve it, and for someone to also hold us accountable for it, for our behavior. And that's what a coach is for. So as a starting point, I recommend 2 main things to keep up positive daily habits. One is, try and attach the new positive habit to something you'll normally do every day without thinking. So for example, for me, when I wake up each morning, I open the curtain, so first thing I see is the outside world, and then I go and brush my teeth and wash my face and moisturize. Now, I know that I won't miss a day of brushing my teeth or washing my face because it's an important priority to ensure good oral health and healthy skin, and it's part of most people's self-care routine, right? So think about it. If it's an important part of our healthcare and self-care routine, then don't you agree that we need to give the same importance and priority to the care of our body and our mind in the same way as we do brushing our teeth? That's how I see it. I see it as a non-negotiable. And then, of course, I'm human too, as we all are. And I have those days too where I get up and I'm like, oh, but I don't want to. I want to check my phone. I don't want to do full practice this morning. Now, this happens to all of us because, yes, we are human. And here's the thing with that. When we are kids, we have someone making sure that we brush our teeth every day. But as adults, we don't. By the time we become adults, we're so used to brushing our teeth, so it becomes second nature. And of course, there are days when we're like, even as adults, when we're like, ugh, I don't want to get off the sofa right now and brush my teeth. I feel lazy. Does that happen to you? It does with me. Yeah, it happens to us all. But we still get up and brush our teeth because we know that it's a non-negotiable and we know the consequences of not doing it. So that's the key. In those moments, when you tell yourself, ugh, I don't want to do it, remind yourself of what it feels like on the days when you didn't do it. Remind yourself of how shitty it felt and how you lacked focus, how your eyes burned all day, how you had no energy to carry you through the day, and how your body ached throughout the day. So these are the things I remind myself of every single time the child within me says, but I don't want to. I make myself remind myself of that feeling, and I remind myself that it's a non-negotiable. And I sometimes shut my eyes and try and tap into that icky feeling that I don't want to carry into my day. And so this applies to morning routines and evening routines. And I personally find evening routines more challenging to stick to, but I work hard to keep it as consistent as possible. and remind myself of how awful it feels when I don't do it. So, guys, if there's a day when it doesn't happen for you, it's okay. It happens to us all. We're all human. It happens to me too. Forgive yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. We all have off days, and it's also okay to ask for support sometimes. And that's exactly what I'm here for, to hold you accountable as a coach. I'll actually be teaching some important tools about daily habits and managing our feelings and our thoughts as HSPs and empaths. And I'll be doing all of that in my Step Into Your Empowered Self Challenge. My Step Into Your Empowered Self Challenge, which will be for empaths and HSPs, and it will be for a week in October. So if you want to take this a few steps deeper and commit to doing this work, then grab your ticket now while the early bird offer is still on, and it is only £29, 29 English pounds right now, which is a bargain. You'll get 5 masterclasses with me, where I'll be teaching you lots and lots of tools which you'll apply, and you'll be able to share this learning with the rest of the empath and HSP community. You'll also get a coaching session with me, one-to-one. And you'll have a chance to win lots of prizes, lots of amazing prizes. So if you like to win prizes, this is the place for you. And the value of this really does exceed the cost of the ticket, guys, honestly. So if you want to join, I highly recommend it. If you are working on yourself and your personal growth, and you're trying to do things on your own and it's not quite working, at the end of the day, it doesn't work for most of us, or all of us, to do everything on our own. We all need a bit of support sometimes, and it's healthy to accept support sometimes. So get yourself a ticket right now. Go to the bio, it's the link at the very top, and book it now via the Eventbrite link. And I can't wait to see you there, guys. It's going to be an amazing community of empaths and HSPs, and we're going to be learning together and creating a sense of community together and making new friends together. So yes, guys, I'll take a couple questions, but I can't stay long because I've got the support group starting in half an hour. So I hope you'll join me for that as well. That's a free support group, but if you are looking to work on your inner growth and learn a few things, then join my challenge. That's happening in October. So guys, shoot any questions at me if you have any, and if not, then I'll see you next time. I'm just scrolling back to see what messages I missed. Ken, you are so welcome. It's lovely to see you here. Thanks for joining today. Yeah, I've got someone saying, for sure, we need to wake up earlier and accommodate time for ourselves around our busy lives. Makes all the difference, absolutely. And this person also says, I love at the end of the day to meditate while using Palo Santo incense. Oh, that's a beautiful idea. I might actually use that. Thank you for that. Yeah, if you have braces, you might have to brush it more often. I can definitely relate to that. I mean, I used to have braces twice, actually. Ken says that child within stamping its feet. Absolutely. I totally know how you feel with that. So try and apply those tools, guys. And really, these are just little hints of things that you can try out. But if you really want to do the work properly, then join my challenge. I can't wait to teach you all these amazing tools then and support you on that growth journey during that week. 5 masterclasses and a one-to-one session, and you'll be part of this amazing community that you'll get to grow with. So join the challenge, guys. Link in my bio, link at the very top. Join and share with your friends, because if you invite a friend, you'll get £5 off. You'll both get £5 off. So bring all of your friends, and I'm sure everyone will find it super helpful. Thanks for joining, guys, and I'll see you very soon.